grief. I know which I'm on the same wavelength with you. It's just
I've already spoken to the other person. We're dropping the warrants. We're not even doing them because we can't be bothered after this. Like, no offense, offense, but I planned with Opal days in advance, and they couldn't have allowed these guys to push this back just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they said they've had it locked down since last night.
Yeah.
But no way in hell am I saying to go again for the one that I have.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking.
Chief, you could ride with us.
I'm conflicted.
Get back here.
Wait, you guys are going back to the besties?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm not. Oh, what's going on? What are we doing?
But we should.
We're debriefing. Drones, shit like that. That would have been very resourceful in that situation.
Never expected.
Okay.
All right, you want to get this debrief underway here?
Sticky ass palms off me.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
5-10 minutes. Let's talk about this.
Fucking palm.
Let's move on.
All right, focus up, guys. Focus up.
I don't remember.
Right. Hey, everyone.
And I guess people could call it a crash out for what I'm saying.
I just want to speak about what just
happened.
happened.
Yourself, Frost. What's your name?
Okay, yeah, sorry. It's Arnold Frost 420 with the ISPD.
Hey,
thank you.
Obviously, we just tried to raid the besties. We all know how it just went. It obviously didn't go our way. We took a shot. We coordinated. We executed.
You're wondering how you ended up outside
that
car, Asher.
Obviously, leading that operation, I made the call. So if you are looking for someone to hold accountable, don't point fingers. Obviously, point them at me.
Hell no.
I feel like I shouldn't. I'm gonna let you guys have this moment. I'm gonna stand next to Remi.
We're not here to do any blame games or anyone to be upset with each
You
other.
don't like cocoa butter, Rose? You don't like cocoa
butter?
What's wrong with cocoa butter?
What's wrong with cocoa butter?
Runs away.
We don't operate on
cocoa
shame,
butter
right?
and pink lotion.
So,
damn right.
At the end of the day, every time we step into the field and do stuff like this, we learn. Sometimes the best lessons come from things that go sideways.
Dude, that's fine.
We underestimated them. They had
I'm
some
so exhausted.
crazy tactics and positionings that we weren't ready for.
Dude, that's mine, dude.
No.
And
Okay,
I think the best situation here, I think we bring.
I'm not forcing officers to do
open up
that.
the room,
So many
especially
officers have
to
just
the
spent so
squad
much
leads
time on
first,
this
like
one
Ventura
and
D,
probably just want to go patrol. I'm not doing it today.
And Omar.
As much as it frustrates me
Sort of
because I have
speak
genuinely
about
been up
not
this long.
necessarily what went
Because,
wrong,
yeah.
but what we can improve on for next
I know.
time.
I mean, I think it's good that you don't because Flippy was in the hospital literally saying that they're next.
Obviously,
And he's fully expecting it.
Sorry,
Doesn't
guys.
it
I was talking to
tactically make
Rose.
sense to go over the most dangerous point if we're going to be moving around first? Like, otherwise they have time to prepare. So shouldn't we go after the one we expect to be countered at first so that we can, not give them time to set up in the future?
Yeah.
I think being there first is most important. If you guys were raiding those buildings across from apartments, you guys need to be on apartments before they did.
I think we took too much time setting up.
Yeah, we should probably not exit the garage until we're leaving. Because there's enough space down in the garage for all of us to be down there, and then we can just, mosey on out.
I mean, I do understand what you guys are saying, but the properties were locked down. There was big police tape on the doors. I don't think time was an issue in this situation. They knew it was coming.
Because the properties were locked from
I
last
do agree
night,
that in
that's what I
certain
was told.
scenarios, time is a big thing. I don't think how fast we operate on this would have changed the situation.
It's...
No, we took too long setting up. We gave them time to set up.
That's my thing. Can I say something right now?
Yeah, get up there, Rose. Want to say something? Get up there, please.
But Ezra, also my opinion is I usually don't lock until we're close to going because it alerts them. Yes, you can. In certain circumstances, like 100%, I would lock it straight away. But this, you're trying to catch them off guard. You lock as you're getting ready to go.
Instead of like doing like pincer maneuvers and spears and all this stuff and like do divisions and all, I'm
hesitated too much in the setup stage.
I've not been trained for that yet, and you got to keep it simple for stupid folk like myself.
No, I agree with that. I think the best way to go about it is just drive in with everyone and then have everyone set up around where we all drove in, and then just go from there.
I also think if you do that in a situation like this where they have the high ground, we're all going to be sitting in a barrel.
That's
true. I think there's a time and a place for all this. And what I want to address here right now is how are we going to deal with this in the future? Because we're going to raid that again. We're not done with this raid. We're going to raid it again.
Right.
I would gain access to.
Undercover like he wanted to.
I mean, the apartment's roof is the most important, right?
Yeah. The apartment, I agree.
If you don't get that roof, you're fucked. Send off.
That's a very good point.
Here's the question then: How do we? If they have that roof, how do we address it? How do we approach this?
We need to get there first.
Yeah, we need to.
Okay, we don't get it there
If
first.
we're not there first.
We don't.
Then we wait.
Choose
Everybody,
one at a time. Stop.
One at a time. Everyone, one at a time.
I suggest we take the two air.
Sorry, guys. I am actually I am losing my voice.
Problem is just
and it failed,
shoot it out too quick. They shoot it out too quick.
I think you guys are also with Air 2, Air 1 and Air 2 saying something like that are overestimating how much armor is actually on the air unit. They'll probably shoot them down before people even
if they were approaching from a low ground. I'm not a pilot, so this is a question for Air 1 pilots. If you approach from a lower side and come close to the building, would that have been some cover for us?
They're just going to shoot the person flying in the cockpit. And you're going to just fall to the ground.
You lose all your speed trying to elevate up to the rooftop height from coming from a low. And
I have an idea.
Or reach from the cranes?
No.
Why would we not get the marshals involved with their high-powered sniper rifle?
That's a little too much.
Yeah, we call
I believe we don't have access to that sniper anymore.
Not a state of emergency. It's a raid, y'all.
I have an idea. Well, if you got two people shooting at you from the sky like that, why don't you just designate 4 people on the ground to turn around and shoot back?
Nothing.
Holy shit.
And then everyone else is there just keeps doing what they're doing, and the 4 people on the ground just stop them from shooting those people, and then they can't shoot you.
Weren't we doing that?
I mean, they got.
I don't know
They had
nothing.
2 people on the roof, and they had overwatch over the building, the area where we tried to breach.
The problem with that is if you're, let's say they're looking over a large area.
I'm still incredibly sick.
The 2 people on the ground they're going to have an angle only if they come close to like the edge, right? But the second they back up, the people on the ground can no longer see them, but they can still probably see some of us.
Well, they can see you, but they can't shoot you.
True.
I think timeliness comes into play as well. If we have units on the ground exchanging fire, that's when Air 1 should go for the hot drop. When their attention is not focused on Air 1.
They could easily switch their attention.
Can we get parachutes?
Carmine, send it home.
We have them.
Send it home.
I mean, if you're talking in terms of like a distraction, I think that does work. I think the people on the ground would have to be in like not too tight together so that they have to pay attention to it, right? If we spread them out a little bit and then have them open fire so they can't just focus on one target, keep them distracted, yeah, we can probably drop people in.
To add to that, though, if you want to do it silently, you could parachute in like they were talking about, and they're not even going to hear it coming. They're so busy looking down, they're not going to look up.
Nobody ever looks up.
That's right. And parachutes are quiet, you know, they're real quiet because they don't got no engine or nothing, you know.
I'd hit them directly. I'd crash into them with my parachute, wrap it around their fucking face, and suffocate them.
Hey, good work.
Holy shit!
Access to the parachutes? Is that actually a thing?
We get a paratrooper unit going.
We spoke about using parachutes before and was told not to. Because we get shot out of the sky, right?
Right.
I think it's also about having the training to know how to do it.
The call to use parachutes was when there was already 15 officers shot.
No, we spoke about it before this raid was even a thing.
Paratroopers were very successful in World War II.
So what we have, if this happens again here, if we deal with the situation again, the exact same situation, all we have right now is, you know, assign 4 officers and shoot back. And time it with maybe another hot drop. Is that our solution here?
No, I think if we're gonna hit that property again,
if we are.
Okay, we lock down.
So we need a plan.
As soon as we lock down, we get units on the apartments immediately.
Okay. So we do everything in one swoop.
Yes.
Chief, would you be against parachutes? Because it is a good suggestion, right?
How many people are parachuting on the fucking rooftop? 50? Because if you send 4 people with parachutes, that's 4 people that are going to get shot out of the sky. Even when you land,
no, they're not paying attention, you know, because they're too busy
when you land on the
everyone
roof,
else.
even when you land on the 55 square foot roof, that they can pretty much see everything. It takes you 5 seconds to take the parachute off your back, in which you're just going to get shot in the fucking face.
You're not going to distract them from the floor.
And while people are landing with parachutes, Air One can't land there because there's people landing on foot. So yes, parachutes is maybe an option, but is it a save all? No.
I'll just say this one thing on a one way. If we're going on a roof or any type of structure that we can only land on an Air One, the only thing is either get there before them or a hot drop. So there's the parachutes and everything. It sounds cool in practice, but it's never going to work. But like Ventura said, by the time you touch on the fucking roof, you're going to get shot.
I have a question.
The thing is, we just had to get there before them, or we had to coordinate a way to distract them to get Air One the hot drop on them. You know, it is what it is. Those are the only ways to tackle it. There's no special way to tackle it.
Assume defeat, though. You got to try new tactics.
Yeah. I also think that, you know, suppressing fire works both ways, you know? Like, why can't you have 4 people turn around and shoot at them trying to shoot you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, distractions. You know, distract them with shooting. Distract them in another way. Get them looking on the eastern side, and everyone try to creep up on the western side.
It's not really distracting. Oh, is he? Okay, maybe I'm too stupid to understand that then.
The only problem is that the roof is too big for them to be that distracted for that long. They could just unpeak and look up.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Ultimately, there's no save all way to land people on there safely.
No,
it's a gamble every time.
Me. You're not gonna land them up there. Your whole point is to ignore them. You keep them suppressed so they can't kill you while you kill the other people on the ground. Because there is 3 people in that little rental spot, right? The people in the apartments can't shoot you, so why not just keep people suppressing them? And then you send a group of officers into those guys, take them all out, and then you can worry about the people up there.
Yeah, because they do have to extend over the ledge if they're shooting down.
That's
so it
right.
is a good suggestion.
And then they're exposed, and they can't take fire because they're getting suppressed by other officers who are watching your back.
If I may, we kind of had that happening today between Opal, myself, and Bean. It wasn't enough, though.
Yeah, but we also didn't have you probably didn't have the officers up to go and deal with the other threats at the same time.
You needed
more there was the threat of the push, but that never did end up happening. But we were suppressing that roof for a point.
There's a sweeper up there?
No, not up top. I'm saying a sweeper indoors. I mean, we could throw 20 cops at them. It's not going to go well.
Yeah, they came out of the trees with shots.
Chief has a very good point.
Yeah, it's very tough.
That's horrifying.
There's not a lot of you know, I'm not saying there's a perfect solution to all this. This is why we're here, you know, brainstorming it. We could leave here with something else on our mind and not just you know, what transpired. So what I'm taking away from this here is that we need to, first of all, take the high ground, which I think everybody agrees is the best route. Take the first high ground, or take the high ground first, and then work our way down from there. Goes interior. We do our best with dealing with sweepers inside. If they are up there, then we use suppressive fire in conjunction with potential hot drops. I mean, I don't see a whole lot of more options really if they're in the tallest building around, right?
Yeah.
There's not much more of an option there.
Is it possible for us to reach to maybe purchase some equipment? They were using grappling hooks, stuff like that, that could assist us as well.
You know, that's always something we could look into. But I would, as of right now, operate with the mindset of it not coming.
Yeah.
Okay. Or rather, I'm just throwing out a suggestion. Is there a way to completely negotiate the high ground altogether so we don't have to engage with it at all? Is there a way that we can render it completely, null and void?
Let's build a bubble on the rooftop.
So to have it null and void, that means it's out of line of sight of the place we're raiding, which it was, right? But everywhere around it was in line of sight. Or what was the front door in line of sight of it?
It was straight in the line of sight.
Yeah, it was line of sight.
They were shooting down into a
there's
barrel.
no way we can.
And the other
if we
very
try
big
to push
issue.
the people on, we'll go for it, Maxwell.
Sorry, it was Thorn.
Sorry, Thorn.
No, it's fine. The other big issue was on top of the other two roofs that had the highest advantage. We couldn't reach them. We would just be standing in the middle of it, and we would see each other, but neither of our firearms, no one's can make that.
Okay.
The only shots we were actually hitting were from the ground.
You were on which roof?
Sir,
We
I
were
have
on-
the game-changing plan.
Yeah, Thorn, which roof were you on?
We were on top of the cubby.
Opium's not illegal. Let's go to a Yakuza opium den, just smoke a bunch of opium and just charge in and just kill everybody and everything around us, sir.
Bonsai!
Sit down, Sawyer.
Yes, sir.
How long
yes,
is
sir.
this warrant good for? When was it signed?
Good for 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Okay.
Yep.
Well, let's schedule this
May I add
for
something?
Monday if everyone's feeling up to it, and we go for another attempt on Monday. And we get to
Hey,
high
Chief.
ground first. Surely by now they've broken down the wood we locked the properties down with. The properties will be most likely they'll be in and out of them. Is what it is. And we continue this raid here on Monday, and we give it another go here.
If I'm being real, all those shit we touched today, they're probably not going to keep anything in any of those. We should still go on with the plan, but I'm not going to be expecting a heavy response if we do go on Monday. If I'm being just realistic.
I will expect the exact same response, if not more.
Yeah, they were checking me for
That's how we should
bags
approach
of
it.
marijuana. They kept
Well-
checking they thought I had weed or something on me.
What, where do you forget the Hydra? Holy.
There's still
And
one more
there's still one,
property.
yeah. There's one property that's been untouched.
One property
That
that
we
hasn't
didn't
been
get to?
touched yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my thinking was just from, if you remember when we did the Hydra raid with the tunnel, when we went back there afterwards to hit it the second time, there was no aggression at all. They just let us go in and out.
Well, if that's the case, then so be it. But we go into it, preparing for the worst.
No, I agree. I agree with that.
Okay, so we put together an operation again there, Frost, and we continue it on Monday. All right, Frost.
Frost? Yes, sir.
I think he has PTSD.
You good with that?
Yep.
Okay. We have one more search warrant to serve as well. Is that getting done today, or when is that getting done?
Remi.
On that, sir, while we was in the hospital, Flippy was running his mouth off about knowing that the raid is coming. He was saying, "Are you guys ready for the Hydra raid next?"
I heard him yelling that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's because his properties are locked down. He just doesn't know when.
Lockdown, they know, right? It just
Yes.
That's just the way it works.
Yeah.
Are we going to that
time
one
to
next?
Gear up, team. Let's
Are
go
we doing
back.
a tour de raid where we
We're
go to
going
Little
back.
Soul and then we go to Mirror Park?
Shiesty shit.
I have a
What are we
question.
doing? Do we have a time frame for that that raid?
Sir, I believe it's Remi's raid, so if she wants
Is
to speak on it.
Remi here?
Yes, sir.
In the back, sir.
Remi, what's your time frame for that raid?
I would have to double check our time frame because I'm not the only officer involved in that one. The other one was unable to make it today. Yeah, that's probably about it for that. I mean, if officers are wanting to, I am happy to look at organizing to conduct something today, but I also don't want to put that on anyone since we just have had this experience with this raid, and I understand people would want cool-off time, so I'd understand if we should organize it for a different day.
Well, we can't leave his properties locked down forever. So what's our limitation on the lockdown?
It's 2 weeks, sir.
We can leave
2
a
weeks.
property locked down for 2 weeks?
Yes, we can. We have 2
Yes,
weeks.
sir.
We have 2
God
weeks
dang.
once it's signed by a judge to serve the warrant. We don't have to. It's as long as it's within the 2 weeks.
Yeah, they have full expectation that we're coming today as well, so we could wait.
Yeah, it might be better to wait, especially because Flippy's in the hospital
Well,
bragging about knowing about it.
Well, let's schedule it for tomorrow then.
Yeah.
I have a question
Remy,
about
does that work for you?
I can attempt to make that work. Sorry, it was a bit of effort to make it work today because it's very late.
I understand. Does tomorrow work though, or?
I can attempt my best, but I can't be 100% as I do feel like it's about 7 in the morning at the moment and I am sick and tired.
Okay. Well, we want to schedule it, so we need to know if you're able to do it tomorrow. I understand you're tired, but
Can she just let us know in the morning, like early?
I can let you know as soon as I can.
I understand we might be able to leave a property locked for 2 weeks, but I don't want to obviously leave it locked for.
Would you be comfortable, like, let's say the other person you're doing it with was around, would you be comfortable with us doing it with them, or do you feel like you have to be around for it as well?
I had spoken.
It's the other person's Autumn, right?
Yeah.
The other person is also shift 3 is the issue.
I got a question.
I had planned it with Opal just in case one of us that were the riders of it were unable to show, and I am still happy to go ahead with that.
Okay. All right. We can break this meeting up here, and we'll talk about it during the meeting tomorrow if we have another raid.
Quangle had a question.
Cool beans.
Who had a question?
I got a question. I got a question.
Shift to TRT lead, Quangle.
I'm gonna probably end here, guys, and
Well, I was just saying, I was just thinking, obviously Remi it's a iffy what if she could do it tomorrow. We have the numbers today, and she scheduled it for today. Why don't we just do it today?
That's a good
How do you feel about that, Remy?
I think
I
we're
want
listen,
to.
obviously
I just don't want to
morale's
cause
not
a fight.
No. This is
I
your
think we
raid.
learned from the mistakes we just made. Let's go.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm
Let me
talking
help
about
you on
right
the
there.
inside. I can help
I
document and get this out
Gira.
fast.
I need to grab more bullets.
You need the nerds on the inside.
Be
If
on
Opal's still around, grab
She's at the
Opal.
front of the room.
Hey, I said we all. I said
I'm
charge in
also
there like
Hey,
using my
Quangle?
voice.
No, you're good. We're gonna get Quangle and we're gonna start organizing this. Come on, Rem.
Turner.
What's that?
Sorry, guys. I'm just so. I'm really pushing my body. I probably shouldn't have just agreed to this, but yeah.
Opal.
My body is so exhausted. I am feeling so sick. But we're gonna push through, get this done, and then I'm going to bed.
Quangle's gonna come talk to us, Remy.
Thank you. But yeah, very
I got you.
slowly.
I will hold your hand through all of this. I got you.
I'm just, as you know, absolutely
I know.
shattered by it.
I know.
I
That's
stood
why I
up
wanted
with the
to
premise
try
that I
and
was
push for
told it was
tomorrow.
happening after the shift 1 meeting. So
I
I was
know, babe.
expecting to be
I know.
embedded by this hour.
I know. You also don't have to be here. You could hand this off. But I also know this is important and it's a big
Thank you.
accomplishment. How long have you been awake? You can be honest with me.
I'm calculating. 12, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 hours.
Okay. We will do this efficiently and as quickly as possible, okay?
Yeah, let me pull up mine because
Well, let's go. Come on.
Three of the properties are in the sack, one's in Mirror Park, and then there's one on Autopia Parkway. So Autopia Parkway is probably
Because there's two separate individuals, correct?
Yeah, but one of them only has one property while the other one has 4.
Got it.
So it's easy to split on that front.
So Quangle, I am going to give you a bit of a tidbit here. Remi has been up for 18 hours. Obviously we want to execute this. We want it to be efficient, but just like help me help her with this one.
Yeah, sorry.
Because she is absolutely cooked out of her mind.
Yeah, I've been up for 18 hours and I'm also starting to get sick because...
All right, Remi, you just tell me what you want to achieve and I will tell you what I think we can do to help achieve that.
All right, so we've got 3
Should we start
properties.
looking at properties though?
We've got 3 within the sack. We've got Nicola Place 1, 8, and 5. 5 is Chaz's, which is separate. So the warrants are for Chaz Diaz and then Flippy. Flippy owns 4 of the properties, Chaz owns 1. We also have one on East Mirror Drive, and then Autopia Parkway, they've got a warehouse down there. And that's Autopia is probably the only property on their own. So it depends if we want to hit Mirror Park or Autopia first.
I was going to say, which one's the priority? We should learn from this morning and go for whatever the priority is and try and make sure we have roof set up first. Because if we go to the less priority ones, they're going to be set up for the big boy.
I guess.
I'm going to take a stab and probably say Autopia because that is an industrial warehouse while the other ones are houses.
Oi!
Give me a sec, Jack. We're talking about something. Give me a sec. That might be priority, but if you're saying there's 3 properties on the sack, if we secure the cul-de-sac first, we get those 3 properties out the way.
I'm happy to go whichever.
Boss, can you give us a minute?
I am genuinely happy to go either route. If you feel like the sack's the best approach, which I'm happy to go for the sack first. I was looking at it from both angles. The sack is where we're going to have Primeral. It's just we have to be careful with the evidence from the sack, because yes, one of them is a separate property to a separate person. So we need to make sure people are careful for the people going in houses that property does not get muddled in with everything else.
All right, so we got to confirm each property so we don't raid the wrong house, correct?
Yes, and we need to be careful because a lot of those houses up there do are carbon copies of each other, and they the same exterior. Because I believe 2 of them are the like 2-story with the side garage, and then one of them was slightly different.
Okay.
You're gonna want control of the tavern and digital den.
Yes, 100%. We have to. If we're gonna do the sack, we have to get on top.
I am
the liquid library and the tavern. We're gonna have to have Air 1 giving us comms the whole time. We
and
have to control the whole cul-de-sac since there's 3 properties on there.
Yeah.
But what I'm also thinking is the warehouse on Autopia. I'm not sure which one it is or where it's at, but I'm just thinking Autopia is a pretty open place, right? That one could be the easier one to do first.
It's the big fuck off one on the corner, if you know what I'm on about. Where
is it next to the airport?
Oh, is it in the corner of Autopian Exceptionalist where the parking lot is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's that one.
So if it's that one,
we just need the Green Bridge access then.
Yeah, no. If it's that one, we have individuals right on the highway, that Dutch London highway.
Yeah.
We have individuals on Maze Bank Arena and individuals on the Big Green Bridge, and that one should be easy.
Yep.
Do we do that one after the sack though?
Yeah, 100%.
I mean,
that's the easier one of the 2. The sack should be the harder one.
I agree.
And we'll have the advantage then of going to the sack first. Hopefully, if we don't set up in the motor pool again.
Yes.
Yeah, we're just gonna need access to all the major buildings around there and the hill above.
Okay, but first, who's ever going inside to the houses, we gotta confirm which houses they are, and we need to let everybody know which houses they are. We need to know the targets.
Right. I think we already said that it's gonna be probably the nerds going in, because there's gonna be a lot of things inside these houses. So it'd be myself, Opal, Remi, and is Ventura still awake? Ventura and Jenna.
So.
That was a team that went in for the J Hobbs property, and it was clean.
I mean, I agree. If that's what worked last time,
Quangle.
I appreciate that, Mr. Sawyer.
I would say then, because since there's 3 in the sack and one of them belongs to a different person, I would trust Ventura and Jenna, we could stick them on, say, like the Chaz one, because that one's separate to the two Flippy ones when we do the houses, because then they know which cars they've designated have their stuff in it.
Right. Well, we should also do it house by house. We shouldn't be going into each house at like separate moments.
Oh, I agree. 100%. We do house by house,
Right.
and it's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Everybody should know we're gonna be there for a while. If we're gonna raid 3 properties inside the sack, and there can be a lot of stuff in those houses, we're gonna be there for quite a while.
Yeah.
But I will say this: the one thing we did at the J Hobbs raid that worked very well is we did not go inside until we knew it was full. Everything was code 4.
That's true.
That's what we're not gonna. We're gonna do the same thing. We are not gonna enter these properties until we know the surrounding is clear and we're safe to do so.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get access to those buildings and the hill in a sequence, and then clear it from there.
Yes.
And then
everyone's gonna be the biggest help there.
The one
Marcus
that's
also knows those
on-
hills really well, by the way. Quingle, if you want to have him be a point person up on those hills.
Yes.
There's a lot of bushes and trees up there, so you gotta be careful.
Honestly, I would say for it as well, if we want to gain control, have it like just down from the sack, like cut off the sack from the where the barbershop is in the tavern, because the East Mirror property is like directly behind the barbershop. So if we can coordinate that section, we can have the roads locked down around all 4 properties we need to hit up there in one go.
Yep. That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, because the house on East Mirror faces into the sack from the corner. So honestly, we can coordinate that entire little road stretch and have it locked down and access to all the properties we need as we go house by house.
A-Firm. We're just talking about it right now with TRT and the raid lead. We're in the meeting room. You just saw, sir.
Never in my life. If you see me with blue hair,
We're figuring out the order of we're gonna hit the houses. We have 3 houses in the sack that we need to hit, and then there's going to be 1 warehouse down on
Radic and
Utopia.
Opal and Maxwell, aren't they in on this?
Yeah. It was just making sure. I think we're making sure Quengle and Remi are on the same page, and then we'll start bringing more people in.
All right.
So pretty much
This
TLDR. Let me run you. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let me give you the rundown. There's 2 areas we have to hit. All right. One is a warehouse on Utopia of the corner of Utopia and Exceptionalist. That one is the main target, but that one's the easier of the 2. So we're thinking we're gonna hit that one second. The big one is we have 3 properties in the cul-de-sac. All right, so there's 3 properties on the cul-de-sac. The main thing, there's 2 main things. One, we have to confirm each property and make sure those are the correct ones, because we don't want to unintentionally raid another property and violate somebody's rights. So we have to make sure we're at the right properties. 2, we are not going inside those properties at all, or not touching anywhere near those houses until the area is code 4, the surroundings clear, and we know it's safe to do so.
Ventura, we're hoping to run this like how we did with the. Oh, I know it wasn't J Hobbs property, but like we did for the raid for the Fudge Lane house. Very similar with the same team.
Sure. So again, we believe it'd be the best to obviously take control of that cul-de-sac on Nicola Place and get all 3 of those properties done. But again, I want everybody to know we are going to be there for a while. There's 3 properties there, and each property could have a tremendous amount of stuff in there. So we just generally don't know. As long as everybody's on the idea that we're going to be there for a while and we need to secure the area at all costs, and work together and learn from the mistakes you guys just made. Again, I wasn't there. I was hearing it from the debrief. I think this one could go a lot better.
A lot less advantageous positions for this one, so I think it will go better.
Again, we talked about if we're gonna do the cul-de-sac first, we definitely need individuals on top of Liquid Library, on top of the tavern, and Air One is gonna be the biggest asset to us here. I know Deputy here will say Marcus Wade, he knows a lot about the hills and behind the houses over there in the forest area. We could appoint different leaders to different sections of the area. That's also a good thing. Again, we got to stay in numbers, We cannot leave the area. We got to stay close. So in case anybody does get shot at or anything goes wrong, they're in close reach to any other officer deputies. And, we just got to be smart about things. Work together. Communicate. Go ahead. Who is that? Is that D?
It's V Gray.
Oh, V, go ahead.
I think you were right. I think the Liquid Library is one of the best spots to secure, and also those hills.
It secures the main road.
Yes.
Of Mary Park. So
exactly.
It's important to get that.
We need teams there and at Liquid Library, so.
I'm going to be completely honest. If we're going to do the cul-de-sac first, nobody should be further than, the restaurant on the corner, Hornies, and the gas station, and nobody should be further than, I'd say, halfway from East Mere Drive.
It's not me.
I'd be your dad.
Oh, that's a Marshall.
Now, does anybody else have any other suggestions, concerns, or anything they'd like to bring up? Anybody?
Okay. Should we be concerned about him, or are we all good?
Opal, you got anything you'd like to say?
No.
Is everybody feeling good with
I got
this?
a question.
Go ahead, Carmine.
Do we talk about how we're entering the cul-de-sac?
Okay, yes, that's a great point. Before you guys came in
use
here,
the tunnels.
yes, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do, we're gonna go the fastest route there. We're gonna go straight from MRPD across Vespucci Bridge, eastbound, all the way towards El Rancho, up right on Nicola Place, and into the cul-de-sac. What do you guys think?
Should we get units coming up from the hill from Palomino as well?
I think we clear the hill first.
Yes, we're gonna have Air One.
Has
Yes,
to clear that.
Air One's gonna clear it. We go through there. Actually, I think instead of going right on East Mere Drive, we go straight up Mere Park Boulevard. We get individuals on top of Liquid Library, on top of the tavern, and then all of the units that aren't on those buildings, we proceed to the cul-de-sac. I'm thinking 4 or 5 units on top of each rooftop. And then all their units either in Air One giving comms or in the cul-de-sac or beyond the cul-de-sac on the hills.
Do we want to start bringing more people into this meeting and having a proper debrief?
Who's going into the properties up to we talked about it. Go ahead, Remi.
Opal, myself, Remi, Ventura, Jenna.
I think the not to interject here, but with all of that being said versus debriefing again. Sorry, hold on. Okay, sorry, versus hold on. Okay, versus debriefing again, we kind of just need to hit the ground rolling, and then somebody needs to take the scene, lead it, and then be like, okay, this is where you people need to go. This is where you people need to go. This is where you people need to go. Like, it's got to be on the fly. Essentially, you're never going to be able to execute anything perfectly. You guys got to think on the move, kind of exactly how Quangle's doing it. It's like, we got to brief whatever. Now we just go execute it.
Exactly.
A very brief outline.
Now, again, the most important asset we're going to have for this is Air One. We have to listen to Air One communications at all times.
I believe we only have one helicopter in service right now.
Don't we have the one up at BCSO?
We only have Air 3 at the moment.
Oh, we only have Air. Oh, the one at BCSO. Okay, A-firm.
No, we got a free helicopter with our helipad.
You got one as well?
Mm-hmm.
We got a 4. Okay.
Rem, who
So
do you
we got
want
Air
to
3
talk
and
on the
4.
inside?
Did we include the DOC's helicopter?
That is DOC's, yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I think we should just mount up everybody who's going to be there, get them in the parking lot. From there, who's leading it? Is it Quangle leading it? Is anybody opposed to Quangle leading it?
I would like to lead it with one more part. Opal, would you like to lead it with me, Opal?
No.
I was going to be inside.
Okay, Quangle and somebody else, and then the other person that leads it should be in Air One. So we should be having orders barked at us from Air One. Air One needs to clear everything first, let us know everything.
I agree. Wait, can I get you and Romello and Air One giving us comms at all times?
Yeah, I got you.
Perfect.
All right, there we go.
Anybody got any other questions?
We're still missing a bunch of people. Make sure you 3-on-1 it, get people on channel 5
I was
and
hoping
let's
to
get
get
going.
like a brief outline of a debrief for everybody else.
Me personally, I don't particularly want to go in the house. Could you assign somebody else, please?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah, that's not a problem. I was just using the same team that we did for the fudge raid.
Honestly,
Yeah, this is probably a little bit too stinky for me. I don't really want to.
Oh, I realized that. I'm so sorry. Jenna, I'm so sorry. Absolutely.
I mean, unless you want me to, I could probably sniff out all the items, but...
we are raid girlies. I'm so sorry. I would never ask you to. I'm so sorry.
Jenna and I will both stay on the outside.
I mean, Rose, honestly, yourself, Opal, and I are probably
Not
a
in
good
those houses.
3 to kick through it all. We all know what we're doing.
Well, I know Opal's also out of it. I want Opal on the inside with us just to help us clear things, but for documenting, it should be you and me.
I think
I'm happy
you-
for us
more
to
people,
document,
maybe.
and then...
Okay.
I think numbers for the initial breach of the house are needed, but once you've gotten to the house and at least secured the inside, I don't think we should be delegating too many units inside.
No,
'cause
no,
then
I
we're
very
losing
much
people
agree.
inside.
And again, this was a point I made first. The biggest point, we are not entering the properties at all until the area is code 4. We have to 100% make sure the surrounding areas are safe for our fellow officer deputies to enter the property. Until that is done, we do not go anywhere inside the properties.
Yeah, I
Pringle,
agree.
can I just
also,
ask that you
I have a
do-
suggestion here, by the way. Remember the
Really quickly, I'm so sorry, Ray.
No, go ahead,
Pringle,
go
can I
ahead.
ask that since we are losing Ventura and Jenna, can you just designate 2 people when we do kick in doors to help us with that team?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Would,
Thank you.
would anybody like to help go inside to document the house, the properties?
They don't have to document. You just
It's
have to help us clear.
They're just watching inside.
If it's empty, I can go in.
All right.
Want to go inside?
Sergeant Carter
no,
and
I
I
can't do
believe
that. I hate
Spectre.
to do that.
But
Okay, Carter and Spectre will be helping Remi
I love that.
and Rose.
Hey guys,
Now again, I believe we should have we should have not teams but groups. Okay, I want individuals either in pairs of 2s or 3s at all times.
Yeah, just double up. Like we're not running in solo in this.
All right. The suggestion, by the way, that I was
Listen
going
to the
make is
leaders, guys. Listen to the guys leading it.
We're all gonna listen to Air 1. Air 1's gonna be the priority comm unit. They're gonna be calling out everything we need to hear, unless it's very, very, very important. Do not cut off comms from Air 1. That is our biggest asset right here. You listen to everything they say.
Just be
All right,
aware the
quick-
weather just changed and it's very, very foggy outside.
The biggest issue that we're probably going to be facing with the Mirror Park homes, if we're going over there, is going to be the bushes around the area. So please listen to Thermals and Air 1, because they're going to be hiding in the bushes. There's not really very much high ground out there. It's mostly just going to be the hills and the bushes. So just be very, very cognizant of that if you can.
Quingle, can you give an example of a very, very important comm that you want us to break Air 1 for?
If there's an individual shooting from a vehicle, you saw them get out. Break, this guy just shot from here.
And we need a clear description on that, what the vehicle is and where you're at.
If you can, 311 the description of the vehicle, what the suspect looks like. Everybody keep eyes. Just listen. It starts getting a little hectic when everybody just, flooding the radio and just saying everything they think they need to say, when in reality, most of it's just gibberish. Just listen to everyone. Again, you could cut comms, but it has to be very, very important. Again, somebody doing something like shooting from a vehicle or opening fire, getting out of a vehicle, getting onto a position, something like that. Now, anybody have any other comments, questions, concerns?
How many helicopters are you using for this one? Is it 2?
One. I believe it's one. Yes.
Understood.
And again, this is
the radio.
There is one property on the corner of Autopia and Exceptionalist. That is the main target, but we're going to do that one second. We're going to complete the cul-de-sac first, because there's 3 properties on the cul-de-sac. We're going to need the individuals like Remi and everybody going inside. Those people, it's going to take them a minute to confirm the properties. They have to confirm each property is the specific one that we are raiding, because if not, we're violating somebody's rights and we just can't do that. It's going to be a minute. I hope you guys know this isn't going to be a short and quick one. We're going to be here for a while.
All right, let's get this underway, huh?
Let's get it. Everybody get ready. Try and get into groups of 2 or 3, and let's get in the motor pool and mount it up. Come on.
Chief, do you want all hands on deck?
Yeah.
Remy, can you meet me at the
front?
front?
If you're part of the ones who are going inside, can you guys stay really quickly for just to talk about?
I don't. Come with me,
Remy
Millie.
and I?
Come with me.
Yeah.
Maxwell just radioed for me to go.
Where's Jack Boss? House of Alice?
Oh, hey, you can, Rose.
The masterpiece.
Rose is also going inside.
Sorry, so
Where's
listen, Somebody, I just spoke with somebody on the
you
phone.
with someone or not?
I don't know if it's this raid or it was the besties raid. Somebody
I'll
mentioned that
interview, I
somebody was
guess.
locked
no,
in
I'm
a
not with anyone.
property that was
Go
locked
with me,
down.
it's
Are
okay.
you aware of that being your property?
I have not received anything to my
I'm gonna
knowledge.
just grab more
So
cop
there,
drops
so there
before I go.
may. I don't know if it was the besties property or Hydra. I'm just letting you know. So I'm
might
being
be somebody
told
in there.
somebody may have been locked down in the property. I'm not 100%.
We'll have a full team going in to kick down those doors, but we'll make sure we clear them thoroughly.
Whoever is getting on saying stupid shit.
Excuse me.
All right.
Wait,
All right. I'm gonna go grab my phone.
Aaron
I'll be out there. Whatever you
Spectre.
guys need.
Thank you.
Okay.
I don't know if Opal's coming with us. I think
I'll be up on the helipad.
I'm not sure where she went. If West comes to West, it's just...
she sounds cooked out of mind. I'm gonna be honest, Rami. I think this is you and me, and then
Yeah.
Aaron and Spectre are just gonna help us kick down and clear.
Yep.
For documenting, what are we looking for mainly?
Weapons.
I don't know. I think there's
class
What's the purpose of the raid?
Class 2s.
It's guns.
Yeah, it's guns.
I think we only have 2 left.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, Aaron, just keep an eye out for Axe. How you feeling, by the way?
I'll be on free capitis, wherever and whenever.
I switched over to my M4, right? Yep. Okay. All right. Deep breath.
I'm gonna try my best. I'm losing
You'll
my
do great.
voice and I'm struggling, but we're here.
I'll be honest.
I felt bad saying wait when everyone's like, I want to go for it. I want to go for it.
That's your right, though. This is your raid.
Congregate in the parking
But I
lot.
also
Let's park in the
know you.
motor pool until we're all ready to go here, huh?
A-frame, yes. Everyone please stay in the lower motor pool. Let's not set up in the upper one.
Yeah, everyone get in the lower motor pool.
Oh God, I love his voice. Sorry, what?
Yeah, because genuinely.
Wait, call me real quick.
Yeah, I ain't
Who's gonna drive us in? Spectre?
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay. Let's go find him and Aaron. We need a 4-door. We should get in darker attire.
Keep radar bullshit.
Brother.
So me and you are going to be in Air 1 for this Hydra raid. That's about as much as I know.
Hi, welcome in. You smell. Sorry, you're hearing me as I'm absolutely shattered because we're about to be on... Like, we're on like hour 18 of being awake. I don't know, do you have a raid fit? Because I don't.
No, I don't. I realize. Fuck.
I'm happy to just fucking full send it in this, honestly.
Well, the problem is, I need to cover my
Wait,
hair.
are you on Freak?
Yeah, I'm in the armory getting some equipment.
You know, with that, just can you go over a quick plan for the late joiners? The quick TLDR.
All right. Want me to do it over the radio or downstairs in the motor pool?
Do it on the radio.
We can just meet up at the motor pool then.
All right, we'll go to the motor pool.
I'm sorry, yeah, we're about to raid some Hydra properties.
Wait, I'm on the roof. I'm not going to spool Air 1 until you guys are... Actually, no, I'm just going to spool it right now. Fuck it.
I wish we had a backwards hat for PD.
Wait, are you on the roof already, Carmelo?
Yeah, hurry up. Come up here.
Hell yeah.
Rupert, where did you go with the premiere?
Are you able to have like coffee or anything?
I've already had 2 energy drinks. Honestly, it'll probably be me doing the initial raid.
Right.
Probably do initial paperwork and then probably go the fuck to bed and figure out the rest of it tomorrow.
Do rudimentary shit, man, and then pass it over to me, and I'll do whatever I can.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm just shattered.
And then we can work on it tonight on shift.
I was this was originally planned for after the shift 1 meeting.
I know it was. I know. It's fine. We'll get it done.
Yeah.
Luckily, we have Quangle awake. He's gonna come help us. Hi, Helen.
Hi.
Are you coming on this?
I don't want to do.
Can you listen?
If you don't want to, don't force yourself, please.
No. Yeah, don't force yourself.
Oh no,
wait,
I'm
Helen.
gonna. It's just like.
One second.
I'm not seeing anything in the hills right now. I do have one thermal read on the cul-de-sac. Seems like one person though.
My bets are this probably it got leaked to them.
Remi,
She's not gonna listen.
don't do this.
She's not gonna listen.
I'm your senior, and I'm telling you, you're not coming on this raid.
We're in way too deep. We've already had a full debrief. This has been pushed by the chief.
No heat signatures, no people found. I'm sweeping the dam.
Yeah,
make
you
sure they
do.
are
Do
concrete
you have
at
a
the
specific job you need to do? Hand it off to someone else. You're not doing that.
I've been trying to also ask her to do that. I'll happily make sure your raid gets executed, Remi.
I feel bad
Your
leaving it on
raid?
the
You ready to
people.
roll then,
It's hers, yeah. And technically Autumn Hope.
Stand by real quick, Chief.
And I'm already
just swept
taking over fully
these
because Hope
hills.
couldn't make it.
Now I'm going to sweep the old Shrugway, also the Liquid Library, then the sack.
I feel bad leaving other
Fill
people
someone
with
else
the
in.
job of my paperwork.
Fill someone else in. I don't care. Fill someone else in and go to bed.
No, it's fine. I promise.
I'm not asking you if it's fine.
Two individuals in the
Remi, you know I can
parking
do
lot
it.
opposite Liquid Library.
Rose has got this.
A few people on the road. I'm sure if those are local or not. You're gonna have a
I'm
guy
so
in
fucking for real.
the
Nobody is
back,
gonna pat
two
you on the
guys
back
running
for
on the
being
street,
bad to yourself
on
for a raid.
West Mirror Drive as well. Well as two cars parked up, both occupied.
I
Get
Just so
out
units
of
know,
your
last
head.
time we
Don't
raided
overthink
Hydra,
it.
we got a lot of
Helen's saying this
resistance toward the
because she
western
cares
side
about you and
towards
wants
the
you to take
dam
care of
hills,
yourself. It's
also
not that
Liquid
she's saying that
Library
you
and the
can't do the
alleyways
job.
off
She's not
the
saying that you
East
can't do it. She
Drive.
wants you to take care of
Just
yourself.
be careful with that.
Get out
I'm
of your head.
gonna glaze over the sack right now. Pause and then
About 6-7 people
We're
all
worried.
just ran into the
That's why
cul-de-sac.
we're talking to you.
About
I
4 in the middle,
genuinely just want to get it over
two
and done
running
with.
on the sidewalk on the northern
I
side.
can do it. I promise.
are
I know
going to
you're
have
saying I
a
need to look
big
after
block
myself,
of
but
cars.
literally
They're
straight
gonna have
after
like
this,
a
I'm
blockage
going to
of cars.
bed and I'm
Looks to
probably
be
gonna go
two
to
box
sleep.
trucks, a pink
I'm
car, and a
just.
I
black
know
car
you
blocking
can.
entrance
This
to
is gonna
Nicola.
end up being a shootout, and it is going to last
It
2
looks like they're
hours.
still blocking. The
I know
cars
you
are still
can.
moving.
I'm saying you shouldn't, and I'm telling you not to.
Individuals from the alleyway out
Helen has been
Boulevard
through
are
this
all
time and time again. She's done it to herself. If
All
anyone
right,
would know, she
well,
would
the
know. I
long
think that's
awaited-
why she's giving
yeah,
the
we get
recommendation
all
and
units
advice.
that are coming
100%.
right now.
The raid's
go
gonna
to,
happen without
lower
you here
motorable,
or not.
please.
It will change nothing.
Blocked off
Being here will not
Nicola, so
change
we
the
might have to go
outcome of
around.
anything. You will only put stress on yourself.
The
You
best
can come
course of
back and deal with the
action,
results of the
honestly,
raid
would
tomorrow.
not be straight on into Nicola. It's going to be from the eastern hills to try
This
to roll
is
in
why you
backwards.
have a department.
Make sure you guys come to the
This
lower
is why we're
motor pool if you guys want to
BCSO.
get briefed. Please, thank you.
I just feel like I'm letting people down.
You say you want to deep.
You're not.
Constantly.
You're not.
You're literally not. That's why what Helen and I are
want to get
exactly telling you,
briefed.
and I know your brain's twisting it, but we are literally telling you we're letting nobody down, and we want you to take care of yourself.
Also, the fact that you're fighting it so much makes me even more concerned because that is your tired brain.
So right
That's
now,
your tired
there's
brain
just,
and
like,
your emotions
maybe
getting
6
in
to
the
10
way.
people stacked up in the middle of the cul-de-sac.
Go to sleep. Don't worry about this raid. You'll get a report. You'll get a debrief on it with Rose after you get some sleep.
Yeah, literally talking at shift about it at shift with you tonight.
Yeah. Wake up for shift 3.
Yep.
Go to the shift 3 meeting.
Also getting thermal reads from Mirror Park gas station. Unsure if those are at the
Get a
bottom. It
debrief
looks like someone's
then.
filling
You can
up
do your
Mirror Park gas
paperwork
station.
then.
Stand
I'm
by,
sure
I'm
you'll
gonna
have
try to get
plenty
a
to
play
do,
read.
and you can do it all then. Go off duty. Go off duty, deputy. I'm serious.
refuel before you guys make move.
They're debriefing. I would just come refuel now.
SRTB for refuel.
I'm still 50-50. We are going into it. I am here. I am probably going.
Air One's gonna be the reason this goes very well. Now we just gotta listen to them. We gotta communicate with each other. If there's something you gotta say to somebody right next to you, not on the radio, say it to them. Don't say it on the radio, unless it's very important where everybody needs to hear. Anybody got any other suggestions, comments, or concerns? Anything? Now is your time. Speak up.
Commander, where exactly is the house?
Again, there's 3 properties in the cul-de-sac.
Sorry, Remi.
I'm not exactly sure what properties is. That's why the individuals that are going inside the properties, they're gonna look at which ones they are and tell us over the radio which properties they're going into.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I suppose my question is the liquid library is quite far from the cul-de-sac, no?
Yeah,
it is a little
the
bit.
main road. So
Yeah,
if they
but
have control of it, then we're not gonna have access to the main road.
Boom, right there. What he just said. That's the furthest we're gonna be.
You want to try and contain them.
Exactly. We have to contain the area. So if people are parked around me or go through the road or anything, we have people on both sides, and we can help them.
Yeah, no one goes in or out, pretty much.
Exactly. Now again, 2s and 3s if you can. Stay together. Stay in the area. Just, let's use common sense.
Thank you for the follow. Sorry,
So are we going for the hill, or are we gonna just hold it within the cubby?
That's the tricky part. Is I'm not sure if we want individuals on the hill because the individuals on the hill are gonna be isolated.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. Do we have individuals on the hill or not? That's the one thing I'm concerned about.
Like I said, I think the vast majority of people should go to the hill first, and then clear it, and then come down from there, and try to isolate whoever's protecting the house.
Just hold the perimeter, and not
If you
like
push
get
the
further.
houses from the hill, it's not going to end well.
I agree.
I think we just
because
take
also
the side and then hold it.
If we push from the hill down towards the houses, we're pretty far from the people on top of Liquid Library and the town. So I think we just push from the front of the cul-de-sac and we can contain the cul-de-sac. And once it's code
Thank
4,
you guys.
that's when we start.
Sorry, my body is giving out. I am very.
That's fine. That's fine.
I'm a very, very ill person.
Any other questions? We should probably start moving out soon.
Let's get it.
All right, Romello, Wade, I need you guys to RTB, refuel. Once you refuel, we're moving out.
We're refueled.
All right, everybody mount up on motor pool. Everybody mount up.
Okay, let's take a scout or something.
Rose, do you want the numbers? Because
I worry if we get separated, but maybe you have a good point.
White vehicle, gray vehicle, left the area to the
did someone call me?
Rose, it is.
Nicole is going to be blocked off by multiple box trucks and vehicles. No E6 on the ridge to the east, but they could be driving up there now that I left.
Romello, as soon as we get there, I need you to clear the tavern
I'm giving in
rooftop and
because
clear
I really need to
Liquid
rest. My body's
Library.
giving out on me.
Okay? Because as soon as we get there, we're going to cover for our officers, deputies, get them to the
thank you.
And they're moving into the
21504 and 21505. They're the 2 search warrants, so you'll be able to see
Did you get the skills
all
or
the
anything
properties.
behind
Say
the
those numbers one more time for me.
21504.
Signatures, no cars up
There we
there,
go.
but
This
it's
will be
changed right
fine.
Got
And
that one.
21505.
And then the other one?
We don't live forever. And nobody I know is ever going to die.
Got that one.
Thank you, guys.
Are we doing these vehicles too?
Grab the permit.
They're
Can
there.
everybody mount
I'm
up?
not fussed if you don't do them.
We'll leave here in about 30 seconds. So if you're not ready in 30 seconds, everybody mount up.
We put them on there
There's
because
so
we would
fucking many.
That's why I'm not fussed if we don't hit the vehicles. If you just want to hit the houses, do that. I'm happy with that because the vehicles are going to be so much longer. They were there if we wanted to, sort of thing. We put them all on there because we could.
Everybody know the route we're taking.
But I'm happy just for the properties.
Hey, firm. Vespucci, tell
Okay.
Raja.
Aaron, why don't you go with Spectre? Ventura, can I ride with you?
Then we're gonna go.
Thank you, guys. I'm so
Just so I can
sorry.
be in the center, but I know you guys won't go in.
I'm
All right,
Wait
Remy,
for
go ahead.
officers
I
to
love
get the
you.
rooftops. Once the rooftops are coached when they're on it, that's when we'll move into the sack.
Huh?
It'll be great. It'll be fine.
I
I love
will
you.
get an update for you
Sleep.
later.
This is perfect then.
I
We'll
will
just duck
promise
down,
I will fill
back
you in
then.
on everything.
All right, thank you.
Is Remy coming with us?
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you for all the follows. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the follows there. I'm crawling into bed because, as you guys got told, it is very... I have been up since 11 my time, so I'm slowly approaching 24 hours, and I have caught a cold and been pushing through that all night, as well as 2 of my chronic illnesses have been flaring and I've been hiding it, so that is the absolute chaos I'm going through. Thank you all so much for the support. It is time for my body to go sleep because my joints are giving out. I can barely speak. It feels like I'm swallowing razor blades. And yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Sorry, you can hear it in my voice. I'm just gone. I can see where most of you have probably popped your head in for, so I'll shed you guys back over to him. Thank you so much. I have a lot going on, and my body is struggling, but thank you so much for the support. And it is time for me to go get some rest. You guys all have a good one. Bye-bye.